Alright guys, so once again we got to talk about the cackling hens on the Liberal View, who were discussing potential 2024 GOP nominees that could challenge Trump. And there was an interesting exchange that broke out between Sunny Hostin and the rest of the cackling hens, as Sunny Hostin actually got called out for suggesting that Nikki Haley wasn't embracing her Indian side, right, or the Indian in her, by going by the name Nikki instead of her first name, which is, I think, Nimrata or something like that, right? So that being said, she got called out and, quite frankly, embarrassed by the other cackling hens on The View, which is honestly a rare sight. Sunny Hostin does not get called out enough. She's probably the most extreme cackling hen on The View. So that being said, I want to talk about it. But before I get into that, I just want to let you guys know, if you like my channel and you want to support my channel, you can check out my merch, my donkeypox shirts, the disease that is affecting America, or my hashtag no days off / hard work patriotic t-shirts, or my MAGA Hub shirts. There are plenty of cool merch at my website for you guys to check out at gforemanbcp.com. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video segment of Sunny Hostin getting checked by the rest of the panelists on The View when she suggested that Nikki Haley was not embracing her Indianness or trying to cover up her Indian by not going by her first name. Take a look.
I think we've got some if they're willing to challenge Trump. I'd love to see Nikki Haley. I'd love to see Liz Cheney. I'd love to see
Nikki Haley, the chameleon, and Liz Cheney, who's the savior.
I disagree. I think that Nikki Haley was an incredibly effective governor of South Carolina. Wait, Alyssa, I have a question for you. Aside from Ron DeSantis, a lot of people don't go by their actual real name.
What is her name?
I believe it's, I don't want to mispronounce it. It's Indian, but her background's Indian.
Doesn't necessarily, you know, I think if she leaned into...
A ton of people don't go by their color name.
Wait, a serious question.
The Nikki Haley conversation came up. So Nikki Haley's gone by Nikki since she was a child. It's documented in high school. I wouldn't be shocked that as somebody, an Indian woman growing up in South Carolina at that time, she actually did to avoid prejudice. So I just want to be careful about critiquing her for going by the name she's always gone by.
There's some of us that can be chameleons and decide not to embrace our ethnicity so that we can pass.
Sunny, I don't think that's fair.
You go by a different name.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Most Americans can't pronounce Asuncion because of the undereducation.
I don't blame.
But sometimes I would say what Alyssa's saying is that people gravitate to names for different reasons.
No, I'm just going to kill this conversation. I am authentically myself. I am Whoopi Goldberg, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, so that exchange was awesome for multiple reasons, okay? Because it really does reveal how stupid Sunny Hostin is. I mean, she is probably the dumbest legal analyst I've ever seen on TV, okay? I'm just being honest with you, right? I'm keeping it 100. She does not care or think about the things that comes out of her mouth. She does not. That's why she routinely gets caught saying stupid things like this. As basically what she's saying is that Nikki Haley, being in South Carolina, right, the racist South, she is trying to be a chameleon. She's trying to not embrace her Indianness, right, or her Indian heritage or whatever you want to call it, by not going by her Indian name, right, assuming that she could not have been named Nikki, that Nikki is not her real name, except Nikki is actually Nikki Haley's real name. It is her second name, which is something that people commonly go by, right? People commonly go by their second names or their middle names. That is very common in this country, okay? So the assumption that Nikki Haley, who is Indian, is not going by her Indian name because she's trying to blend in with white people in the South, right? She's trying to hide her Indian heritage. Is that not racist, right? By definition, okay? Is that not a racist assumption from Sunny Hostin? Whom, again, the irony here is that she doesn't even go by her real name, which is Asuncion. Okay, Asuncion also happens to be the capital of Paraguay, right? That's a random fact. But Sunny Hostin doesn't even go by her real name. I wonder why she doesn't go by her real name, guys. Is it because she's trying to be a chameleon? Okay, trying to blend in with the rest of society? She says it's because people are undereducated. They wouldn't know how to pronounce it right because we haven't educated people properly. I'm not sure everybody should be required to know Spanish in a country that mainly speaks English. But anyways, she, it seems to me, in my opinion, is projecting some of her own insecurities about her name and the fact that doesn't even go by her real name onto Nikki Haley. And you know, the funny part about this, guys, the funniest part is that Whoopi Goldberg ended the segment real quickly because low-key, Sunny Hostin threw Whoopi under the bus because Whoopi doesn't even go by her real name either, right? Whoopi's real name is like Carolyn Johnson, something like that, right? Her real name is not Whoopi Goldberg. So again, it created a very awkward moment for Whoopi, in which Whoopi was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and end this conversation right now, because again, Sunny Hostin did not realize what she was saying. She was so caught up in pushing her fake race narrative, right? That, oh, the South is so racist and Nikki Haley is just another sellout, right? She's a sellout. She's fake, okay? Like Tim Scott and the rest of the colored Republicans, right? That is what she's essentially trying to say. She's so caught up in that, she doesn't realize that she's really owning herself, right? She's owning herself. So she ended up getting embarrassed. And Nikki Haley actually responded to Sunny on Twitter by tagging Sunny in a tweet saying, "Thanks for your concern, Sunny. It's racist of you to judge my name. Nikki is an Indian name and is on my birth certificate, and I'm proud of that. What's sad is the left's hypocrisy towards conservative minorities. By the way, last I checked, Sunny isn't your birth name." Again, retweet, right? Retweet on that. She's exactly 100% right. It is racist for Sunny Hostin to assume that Nikki can't be her name, that Nikki is not an Indian name, right? Because, oh, she's living in South Carolina, she must be trying to blend in with the whites. Well, the truth of the matter is, Sunny is just projecting her own insecurities about her name on Nikki. Hence, probably the reason why Sunny doesn't go by her real name, right? Because she's trying to blend in with the white liberals, right? Maybe that's it. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.